Hello Year 8, I hope you've had a nice Christmas. Today we are looking at vitamins and we're going to cover that over today's lesson, and then it will lead into next week's virtual lesson as well. Just to reiterate, and this will be the same in all of your lessons, that your virtual learning is compulsory, and as such you do need to submit your work at the end of every lesson. You can either do that by completing the virtual workbook and submitting that, or you can complete the work on paper and submit a photo that's clear enough to read instead. That's absolutely fine. If you have any issues uploading and submitting work, please just contact someone so that we can get it sorted for you as best we can. So to show progress today, we are going to be looking at understanding the role of specifically vitamins in the diet, knowing the difference between fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins, and identifying the foods we get different vitamins from. So first task is I would like you to write down the definitions for the keywords displayed on the screen. So we have water soluble, we have fat soluble, and we have vitamins and minerals. If you want to pause the video and have a go at doing those now. Fantastic. So I'm going to bring up the definitions and you can just do a quick tick or cross on your attempts from before. So water soluble, something that dissolves in water; fat soluble, something that dissolves in fat. We'll go over them in a little bit more detail later on in the lesson. And then vitamins and minerals, they are referred to as micronutrients, meaning we need them in very small amounts, but they are very, very important. The best way I kind of use to describe a micronutrient, of which vitamins are one, is if you think of a football team, your macronutrients, your main nutrients, your carbohydrate, your protein and fat, they're like the players, the football players. The micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, which we will cover in a different lesson, they're like all the other staff to do with the football team. They're the referee, they're the coach, the manager, any doctors, people that work in the stadiums, water boy, water girl. They're the micronutrients. You need them there to have the best football team that you can. You need those vitamins and minerals so your body can function as well as it can do. So just a little bit more detail in terms of vitamins. They are chemicals found naturally in food, apart from vitamin D, which is to do with sunlight on the skin. Our body can't make them, and we need to provide them via our diet. We don't need them in particularly large amounts, but they are very, very necessary, and they have quite specific functions. As we looked at on the previous slide in terms of the two categories, you have water soluble, which are vitamin C and the vitamin B group, and then fat soluble are the remainder of the vitamins. You have vitamin A, D, E and K. I have popped a link on Teams to watch this video. I'll show you what the screen should look like when you click on the link. It will look something like this.
A, C, E, D, B.
And the image that you can see on this screen is kind of the loading image on that video, and it really nicely walks you through a nice kind of simplified explanation for the functions of the different nutrients. If you would rather read the information or you want something to refer to, there are also two slides, one of which is up at the moment, kind of covering both the fat soluble vitamins as well as the water soluble vitamins. So it gives you information about what we need that vitamin for, what food products it is found in or where we get it from, and what can happen if we don't have enough of it in our diet, any deficiency or health issues. So this is the fat soluble vitamins. By all means pause this video if you need the information. And this is the water soluble vitamins. Alright, there are more B vitamins, the B group vitamins, than are displayed, but these are the ones that we would like you to look at, kind of find out about today. So with that information that you have watched or you have read, you are going to produce your own vitamin flashcards. These can either just be on paper or you can complete them on the virtual workbook. If I show you what that looks like, you can see that you can work through, and there are different cards, so you can add some images maybe of the types of food that the product's found in. So vitamin C, for example, you might add on some pictures of oranges, tomatoes, and then just some facts and information about the different vitamins on the back of the card. Try and go into as much detail as you can. Please do not copy and paste. We want it to be in your own words. It doesn't need to be paragraphs, it can be bullet points, that's absolutely fine. It could just be keywords, but try and make sure it's specific, and make sure that you are labelling whether they are water soluble or whether they are fat soluble vitamins. Just as a last little task to kind of finish off as a plenary, so if you haven't finished your flashcards, if you pause the video now to complete that task, and your final plenary task is just to see if you can add some depth to those keywords that we looked at the beginning of the lesson. So can you add any more information about the terms water soluble, or more specifically water soluble vitamins, fat soluble vitamins, and just vitamins in general? Any additional information you can add, you can either add this onto the plenary slide, onto the workbook, on the virtual workbook, sorry, or you can add these just using a different colour onto the starter task that we started at the beginning of the lesson. Any questions, please just pop them through the Teams chat during your lesson time, and I will do my best to answer them for you. Thank you very much, Year 8.